absolutely, we've never seen you play live. And I'm like, you what? It was the most insane thing I'd ever had, because I just naturally think that everybody's seen us, you know. I mean, we've been touring for, you know, damn near 10 years now. And for me to hear that, it was just like, wow, this is very much generational, you know. I mean, it really is. It's become a lifestyle, you know. But at the same time, there's so much meaning behind it that I'm just very proud, man, you know. As much as I ran my mouth when I was younger and shit, I mean, everybody does. I'm very proud of the fact that, you know, we have really built something that is going to last well past the point that our bodies can't fucking do it anymore, you know. So that to me, man, that was something that I always wanted to accomplish, and I'm very happy about it.
What were some of the obstacles you faced in creating this record?
Not a lot, man, to be honest. I mean, just time, you know, just getting everything in, getting everything done, you know, balancing doing that with, you know, having my own life, you know. I mean, I'm a single parent, and, you know, I get my son on the weekends and stuff. So it's just me just trying to, you know, get that together. That was really the only hard part, because, I mean, I would show up, and it would be on. It would be ready. And it was great showing up there and hearing what everybody had laid down, you know, because we would do it in shifts. And I was recording the vocals right along with all the music, so everybody was really starting to feel it, you know. Instead of waiting towards the end to just try and get all the vocals in, I mean, we were going right along with the pace. And I think that really improved how people approached the music, you know, and how we structured things. And I mean, there really wasn't a down moment, you know. I'm very happy about that.
That's awesome. You mentioned something interesting, though, because you reach a certain point in your life where you do have different values, and when you're young, everything can be about the band, and everything can be about, you know, staying out all night and partying and being crazy and being totally rock and roll. But then, you know, maybe when you get a little older, if you have a kid, priorities kind of change because you kind of have to wear two hats.
Well, a little bit, yeah. I mean, it doesn't mean that I don't do all that stuff that you mentioned first, but if anything, becoming a father has really cemented my convictions about it. You know, if anything, being a father has made me better at being in a band. You know, it's really made me back up all the things that I've ever said. You know, and all my statements and all my opinions and all my convictions and all my morals. It's made me realize that it's like, man, I've got a big responsibility here. And I've got to stand up and be a man and really take any criticism, but at the same time, just face every battle, you know, because if I don't, what's that show my son? It shows him that, you know, I'm a great big loudmouth, but when the going gets tough, I don't back it up. So it's really made me stand up and back up my music and back up what I say and back up my bandmates when they go nuts, or just be there for them when they need me. And you know, that's a lesson that not a lot of people learn, you know. And one of my favorite things is talking to people about how having a kid changes them, because it's true, you know. And a lot of people make fun of that. You know what? Who gives a shit? You know, it's like, you want to be a real man, you start a family, and you be there, and you help create this beautiful life that's going to someday take over from where you left off.
What I found is it made me realize just how damn selfish I was beforehand.
Exactly. And because, I mean, it's only you. You're the only one out there. You know what I'm saying? You can always tell the dudes who hate kids because they don't want to give that up. They don't want to share that with anybody else. And me, man, I want to have an army. I want so many kids, dude. I want to come home from tour one time and just have all my kids in my house and just sit back and go, man, this is forever. You know, trends will come and go, album sales will come and go. Your family is always going to be there for them.
Yeah, totally. That's what's, for real. Were there any good stories of things that happened working on this record? Any really just intense moments or bizarre moments or
Not really. I mean, I was sitting outside smoking a cigarette, and I was talking to Clown. He had a video camera on me, and unbeknownst to me, Jim came rolling up and with a gigantic wheel of firecrackers, and I'm talking like 1,000 count, And we were just talking bullshit, and Clown just looks at me and he goes, "No one is safe." And I went, "What?" And all of a sudden, it scared the ever-living out of me, man. And I just got done tracking a song, so I wasn't in a great headspace to begin with, and I whipped around, and I was like, "Motherfucker," I'm so fucking pissed, dude. I mean, I had firecracker guts all over me, dude. Sulfur in my hair. It was just fucking unreal. And they're both smiling like kids. I was like, "All right, motherfuckers, you know what? You'll never see it coming. Payback is a bitch."
Have you gotten him back yet?
Nope. See, I'm not the kind of guy that I'd get you back right away. I wait a year. See, revenge is best done when time is gone and they forget that they ever did anything to you in the first place.
You're right. So they're not even living in fear at that point, and then it just totally blindsides them.
Exactly.
What was the moment working on this record that you just knew everything was in place? That it felt just like so right.
I think it was the moment that I heard. Honestly, the moment that I heard Snuff for the first time, man, and we were listening back to some roughs and stuff, and Dave looked at me. He's like, "Oh, by the way, you got to hear what we did for Snuff." And that was the song that, I mean, obviously I was very, very close to, and I just really wanted to make sure that it came out, as best as it could. And when I heard it, man, it literally made me start crying. It broke me down, and I was so happy, and I was so honored that those guys had just put so much love into that song, And I was like, you know what? It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine, man. I mean, we've covered almost every damn base on this album, and it's there it is. This is the period at the end of the sentence. And I just knew that this was going to be something very special, and that it's gonna make people fucking sit up and take notice again, to put it that way. And I don't know how many times we can keep doing that, but I'm just very happy that we did it this time.
You guys come across with so much confidence and so much security, and always deliver. But are there moments of doubt when you were working on this record? Were there ever times where you were kind of crippled with I don't want to say fear, but reservations?
No. I mean, making an album is the easy part for me. It's whatever. Because here's the thing, I love the music. I'm getting to make the music that I want to hear. And the best thing is that I get to write lyrics to it, and I get to sing on it, and I get to frame it up, and I get to make it. And I mean, when you do that, I mean, where's the fear? The only time fear comes in is when people they're not worried about the album. They're worried about the money. They're worried about losing their financial security. And fuck that. If you're going to go in and make an album with that mentality, then you deserve to fail. And for me, it's never been about that. It's about making, it's like, what can we make this time? So, I will never have fear. I want people to dig it as much as I do. But at the end of the day, I have to realize, like, man, I dig this so much. I guess who cares if anybody does,
That's a great attitude. In that respect, though, are you unconcerned about whether people download it illegally, or whether it leaks or this or that? Is it kind of like, hey, we made our art, we did what we did, and it doesn't have to sell 1 billion copies because if people download it for free, or if they pay $18 for it, they're still getting it, and they're getting our message?
I don't know. It's such a touchy subject. You know what I'm saying? I mean,